Just want to take a minute to thank the administration and Father, Mr. Horn, for letting me come speak today, as well as Bob and the board, and then you guys, the students, being here today. So, also want to thank 2021 for getting here and getting 2020 kicking them to the outside of the door. That being going. I had a question though to start off with before we get going, as far as like BC Pride and all of that type of thing. Is there anybody that started here, and it may not happen, but is there anybody that started at BC that was forced to go here, didn't want to go here when they first started? Parents were like, you were absolutely going here, and then something changed once you got here? We got somebody? How about right here? Hey, was it, when it changed, was it just one event, or was it just over the course of being here, did it change? Well, over time, you like it? How about you? One event? Anybody, who? Say that again? Yeah, getting to know people. That's kind of how it is. I mean, once you hear the stories about BC, and like people have this misconception, right? And then once you get in there, it kind of just evolves. Like you might go in one mindset where it's just sports, but once you get here, there's a lot more to it than just sports, right? And it kind of evolves, and people embrace it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the BC Pride. I'm going to touch on a little bit of way back history, and then recent history, then present, and future, and then we'll get out of here and let y'all get rolling. So first of all, I just want to say I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all for making it here to today. It's touching. I'm sure it was touch and go for some of y'all, because I know some of your parents, I know some of y'all's friends and that type of thing, where maybe y'all towed the line a little bit, and that's okay, but y'all should be proud of yourselves as well for making it. It's not easy. It's not easy to graduate high school, for one. It's not easy to graduate from BC, for two. So when y'all start to go out into the world and experience things, you're probably going to go away for a little bit. At least I advise you to. Whether it's go to school or go off and get a job or something like that, get out of Savannah for a little bit. If you want to come home, it's great. I did it. Go experience a little bit. But when you do that, you're going to get 3 questions. Okay? When you come across somebody and talk to them, they're going to say, where are you from? And you're going to say Savannah. And say that with pride. Because it's a beautiful city. There's a lot to offer in Savannah. It's a tight-knit city that not a lot of places have, right? So your friendships, families, you're going to find out that people know a lot of people from Savannah when you go away. It's a destination city. People come from all over the world. So when somebody asks you from where you're from, say Savannah and say with pride. Number 2 is they're going to say what school? And then you say BC. Well, if they've heard of Savannah, a lot of them have heard of BC. I mean, I've got friends. I lived in Columbia, South Carolina for a while, which is 2.5, 3 hours away. Guys that had never been to Savannah had heard about BC. And they would ask questions and want to know more about it. But they knew about BC, never even having grown up here or lived here or anything. So, third question you're going to get is what year? And y'all are obviously 21. Y'all should have a lot of pride in 21. Y'all face a ton of adversity. I would say more adversity than almost any other class or any other school year besides wartime, that type of thing. Other than that, what y'all had to go through with the pandemic, with being isolated, with distance learning, with having camaraderie. I mean, you guys weren't able to get together. That's one of the biggest things about BC is y'all get together in groups and things like that. And y'all made it work, and you should be proud of that. So those 3 things you should be proud of. So when you go away, and y'all get out of town, you got to remember these 3 things. So y'all got to know the answers to them. So Blake, where are you from?
Savannah.
What school?
BC.
What year?
21.
You're going to get that, and then in Savannah, you're going to get that question as well. And then somebody's going to ask you what year, and then they're going to go into, hey, my cousin, my brother, my nephew was, 93, 94. I just had it happen to me yesterday. So first, I'm going to touch on a little bit of the way back. If y'all have family members, uncles, brothers, fathers, anybody that graduated from BC, stand up. That's a lot. How many of y'all heard how great it was when they were here, and it's, you know, is the best time is when they were here, and all those other stories and all that crap? Y'all ever hear that? Anybody? That's a bunch of garbage. I graduated in '93, and that's not true. I mean, there's some stuff that was better back then. Y'all go ahead and sit down. There's some stuff that was better back then. I can tell you this: we didn't have the food that y'all have.
Not even close.
We definitely didn't have the food. Where's Luke Connett? Luke, stand up. Luke, let me ask you a question. How many years did you play tennis? 4?
1.
All?
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm in DC. All 4?
Yeah, 4.
So you played all around the state, right? Y'all had matches everywhere?
Yes.
Was there any match that you participated in that was anywhere a third of what happened 2 weeks ago when you played at Bacon Park?
No.
The crowd, that was all your classmates and your friends, right?
Yeah. Yes.
That's a daggone tennis match. Okay, I saw the video. I sent the video to my guys and those guys in Columbia that heard about BC, and I said, guys, take a look at this video. You can't see what it is, right? That's a tennis match. That doesn't happen anywhere else. I'm telling you, I mean, the country. I'm telling you, that's special. It's the bond, okay? It's the bond of the love of the school and the love of your classmates. That's what separates the school from other places. So you need to take that with you and understand it. You may not, I mean, some of you appreciate it today, but some of you are going to appreciate it more in the future and down the line when y'all look back, okay? Now, for those who doesn't, the first guys, all right? Who's the first guys that are graduating from BC? I want y'all to stand up. You guys are special too, man. Those guys that stood up before don't get there unless they had somebody before them, all right? Y'all have an opportunity to start your own legacy and to start your own chain of nephews, sons, brothers, cousins, that type of thing. Y'all go ahead and sit down, but y'all gotta don't feel left out. Sometimes with the BC camaraderie, everybody talks about the history and the legacy. Well, guess what? Now y'all are a part of that, and y'all are starting to move that forward. Okay, so be proud of that. Brooks, where are you from?
Savannah.
What school?
BC.
What year?
21.
Very nice. I spoke here, I don't know, some of y'all may remember I spoke here when y'all were freshmen. You did?
I keep going the same well.
I put a couple pictures up on the board y'all might not remember. There were some goofy looking freshmen. There was 2 of them. Anybody remember who the 2 goofy looking freshmen were? Wasn't me. That's right. Mr. Marketing and Coach Farmer. They don't look like that today, but y'all were those goofy looking freshmen back then too. Not today. Y'all look more like that senior I put up there, which would have been me. I saw those pictures back there. Y'all don't look like those goofy freshmen anymore. Y'all are starting to look like men. So when I started out at BC, I had a class of about 104, and we dropped all the way down to, I think it was about 78. Yeah. What did y'all, does anybody know what y'all started at? I think y'all started at 112. 113? I thought it was 112, 113. What are we at now? I think Father said we're at 99.
101.
101. I might have heard Father wrong. That was on me. That's pretty good numbers, because you're going to have some, depreciation and people getting asked to leave or leaving on their own. I guarantee you some of those 13 guys that are no longer here, or whatever that exact number is, there's a few of those guys that would really want to be in y'all's seat right here. So don't take that for granted. All you guys earned it. All right? Trent, where you from? What school? What year? He's going to get asked that too up in Carolina. So we're going to talk a little bit about the present. I got a call from Stokes last Wednesday, and I said, "How was your last day?" I think it was Wednesday. I said, "How was your last day?" He said, "Man, it was awesome." He said he was excited about it, but he was a little sad. He said a lot of guys were a little sad. I was like, well, why is that? He said, they're only sad because it's over, and it went by so fast. Well, I'm here to tell you that the high school part is over, but the bond and the friendship is not over. Last week, and I told him this, last week alone, I talked to, and I graduated, y'all heard, I graduated in 93. I talked to 5 classmates and 12 to 15 alumni just last week alone. Just throughout the course of the day or passing them in the stores. So it's not over. I mean, the bond is still there, and it's up to you guys to maintain and continue that bond. Now, I'm not telling you for the rest of your lives to continue living out your high school, you know, there's some old TV shows that y'all can watch. Well, I don't know if y'all even know what TV shows are. Y'all can stream something. There's old shows that will talk about guys that were awesome in high school and then they never did anything the rest of their lives and they loved the glory years of their high school. I'm not telling you to do that, but what I'm telling you is when you get in trouble or times throughout your lives and you experience stuff, BC's going to be there. People that went to BC are going to be there. So just know that just because the year is ending and that type, the BC, the fun, the camaraderie, the friendship, that's not going away either. So, JoJo, where you from?
Atlanta.
What? What school? What year?
21.
Very nice. All right, let's talk about a little bit about the future, and then we'll get you guys out of here. One of the first things I was going to tell y'all to do, but I see it back there. This is one of the other things that changed is that I see y'all have already got y'all's pictures. Do y'all know did the class have to pay for that, or y'all do that for them now? Yeah, okay. Well, we had to come back and do it. We started it years later and came back and do it, so it's nice they already got that done for y'all. So, my only ask for y'all guys in the future is be around the school or event. Okay. Listen, when you go off and have families and that type of thing, money might be tight, so you might not be able to give a bunch of money to the school. If you got little kids playing sports all over the place, you might not be able to give a bunch of volunteer hours at these things. But you could be around it. There's so many events that are for free that BC does. I mean, there's sporting events. Those might cost you a little bit, but there's so many other different events and ceremonies that you can be a part of. Just be around the school and give that support back. I mean, I've seen all you guys, grow and go. I go to these events and go to school. You'll get a lot of support. Pay that support forward to the next class and the future classes. And it doesn't have to be monetarily, it doesn't have to be volunteer time, just be around. And people will see it and they'll feel it. Okay? The other thing is when y'all started as freshmen, one of the things I told y'all is don't be stupid, right? Don't get kicked out of school, don't be stupid. We went from 104 to 78 because we had some stupid people in there. All right? Y'all got to 99, y'all did pretty good for that percentage. There's going to be a lot of things out there in the world, especially over the next 3 or 4 years as y'all go off to college and early life. Don't be stupid. All right, be smart and make good decisions. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is be there for your brothers. I said there's no easier time in the history of the world than to communicate with each other right now. We didn't have anything like this back in my day. I mean, you could send a text, a tweet, or whatever in a matter of seconds to reach out to somebody right now. Do that for other people. We saw the effect that the pandemic has had on people who are in isolation this past year. So reach out to a former cadet, former friend, every once in a while. It doesn't have to be every week or every day or anything like that, but every once in a while, just reach out to one of them. Y'all are going to go through so many ups and downs through your lives, weddings, funerals, and then everything in between. Okay, just make sure you're there for each other. Every once in a while, sing the fight song. And then when everybody gets out there in their new world and their new places, I'm gonna need everybody to answer these questions all at once. Where y'all from?
Savannah.
What year? Yeah, you messed things up. Big finish. What year? 21. Don't forget, welcome to the wall, boys.